Okay.
I was the third child. I was sort of, I was the third child. The first child gets most of the attention.
Mm-hmm.
The last child gets the rest of it. And then there are kids in between.
How many
Four.
siblings?
Four. Three. I was one. 2 boys and 2 girls. An older brother, a younger brother, and an older sister.
Okay. What did you and your friends do for fun?
Well, we liked, there wasn't much during school because, see, I lived way out in the country. If I took the bus home, Marty and Arden came over sometimes. We walked to see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we liked to go to the skating rink in Capitola, which they tore down. Too bad.
Mm.
Once we shouldn't talk about that. Once we snitched my dad's cigarettes and took Arden's Ford and went up in the mountains and tried that out. Poor Daddy, he had them hidden behind over the fireplace there, and it came like this, you know. It was like a little alcove, and he kept all his tobacco and cigarettes and pipe and everything in there. And we found that. I don't know where he put it after that. Well, we didn't want to try it anymore anyway. Once was too much.
What were all the smoking laws in that time? It was legal, right? For was there an age limit or?
I don't think they would sell to kids. They
Uh-huh.
sure wouldn't sell to me,
Mm-hmm.
but I would never try.
Okay, so it's probably like the same as it is now.
Could be.
And last one that I wrote down here. Where were you, or what were you doing when the World War II was happening?
Where was I when Pearl Harbor? Do you know, I can't remember. I've tried really hard to remember where was I with Pearl Harbor?
December 7th, 1944?
Because I
41?
41. Because I remember everybody says, oh, it's a day you'll never forget. I was doing this or that. I don't remember.
Well, it's not like today when you saw it on TV. It was like you heard about it later, maybe. You know what I mean?
No, we knew there was a war on.
That Pearl Harbor had been bombed.
Because they took my brother in the Army. They put on gasoline rationing, but we always had plenty because we lived on a farm. So Daddy had lots of gas coupons.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
You guys want to talk a little bit more? I finally figured out how the camera worked.
Oh, gee.
Are you telling me you didn't get any of that?
Yeah, I got some of it.
Some of it? Mom.
So let's
It wasn't on the whole time?
No. So first it was on red, and I thought, how could red be record? So then I switched it so it was green. So I caught maybe 5 minutes in the beginning. It's okay. Let's just talk a little bit more. So, Mom, may I ask you some questions too? I mean, that was interesting.
That was interesting.
Yeah, like, okay, so when you moved to Scotts Valley, do you remember what year you were in high school? When you moved to Scotts Valley?
When I moved to
Bean Creek?
Bean Creek, I had to go into 9th grade, which was I was really upset because I was going into high school in Oakdale.
Okay, so you were going to start high school in Oakdale and then you guys moved. It's really noisy.
So I went into 9th grade.
Okay.
Mission Hill.
Oh, Mission Hill. That's still there. It's a junior high, Mission Hill Junior High.
Mm-hmm.
So that you're there 9th grade. How did you get to school?
Rode the bus.
Okay. And then how, on weekends when you played, how did you get around? Did you have a bicycle or a horse or a horse?
Mm-hmm. But I didn't go anywhere on the horse hardly. Just one time I rode the horse off the property.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean down across the highway.
Mm-hmm.
And I was riding a bareback, which isn't a good idea when you're going off, but I almost always rode bareback.
Yeah.
And the train came along. So I waved at the train, and the train waved at me and tooted the whistle. And the next thing I know, I'm landing flat on my back, looking up, and Bonnie's looking down at me like, what's going on here?
Scared her.
So I got up, but she didn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So I got up, grabbed the reins, and there's a big tree trunk over there, so I ran over to that and got up and got on her back and then waved at the guy, you know, and he waved back. He didn't do the whistle.
Oh. So, where was the train? Or up in Scotts Valley?
That's the old Sunshine Express that goes down in front of Aptos there.
Okay.
Right in front
Oh,
of
when
that.
you were in Aptos.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we left Bean Creek, didn't we?
Okay, so then what grade were you when you moved to Aptos? To Mesa Lane?
I think I was junior. I was there 2 years.
Okay, 2 years in Scotts Valley, two years in Aptos. And then, so, Clayton, how much older was he than you?
3.
3 years older. So he went to he went to maybe 2 years and 1 year at Santa Cruz High. Did he graduate from Santa Cruz High? And
I don't think he ever graduated.
And so Marion didn't come over and go to high school here, right?
Marion? Oh, look, here's another one. Oh, gosh. Save it. Marion came over to Aptos for a little while, but she went over to Fort Ord and met Jim and got married.
Don't move it, sweetie. It's all okay. Okay, and then so Robert. What about Robert? How much younger was Robert?
He's 3 years.
3 years younger. Okay, so Robert probably was living in Aptos most of his high school.
I think so.
And he went to Santa Cruz High. You guys all went to Santa Cruz High.
Mission Hill.
Mission Hill, Santa Cruz High. And then, so after you got out of high school, what did you do then?
Well, I wanted to go to college. And they talked about it a little bit. And then Daddy came home and, oh no, this is before. I got a job at Fort Ord. Marion was working there until the war ended, which wasn't very long. Then Daddy got me a job at the telephone company in Santa Cruz with as repair clerk. And then I met your father when he came in one day, and then we got married. So see, that's out of school.
Yeah, once you're out of school. So your dad talked about sending you to college, but then it kind of didn't happen.
No, well, they started Marion in college, and she dropped. And I don't think she should have been the prime example, because I was the brightest in the family. I had the highest IQ. And but since she quit, they used that for an excuse.
Right, didn't work with her, so why would it work for you? So let me think of the questions. What happened is we got a couple.
Where did the machine
Well, I think it was right around.
start or stop?
Okay, we got where you lived. We got the Bean Creek, and that you took the bus to school. And when you were in Santa Cruz, you also took the bus to school? When you were in Aptos? To Santa Cruz High?
No, because you see, you're supposed to go to Watsonville when you live in Aptos, but they didn't make us change because we had started in Santa
Pajaro
Cruz.
Valley Unified School District, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, so how did you get
Oh, Daddy would drive me down to the bus stop.
Oh,
leave
so there
me
was
there.
a bus.
It was down at the corner, that big corner. I think I've shown you that
Yeah.
big corner.
State Park Drive, probably, and SoCal
Just
Drive.
before the road that goes up Lisa Drive. About a quarter of a mile before.
So then the household chores were pretty much, you made your bed, you kept, you took care of your room, but there wasn't a lot.
I still took care of my room, yes.
And so basically your mom did most of the household chores?
Yes, she did.
Because she was a stay-at-home mom.
There was nothing else in those
Yeah.
days.
See, so Doug, that's the difference. Most of the moms were home with the kids.
Daddy made enough money for all of us. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Nobody can live on what one
Right.
person makes now.
No. So, do you know how much they paid for that property? You have any idea?
10,000.
10,000, and it was how many acres?
Oh, I don't know. It went way down in
10,
front.
all the way down to
maybe,
SoCal Drive.
maybe 2.5.
2.5, okay.
Something.
So there were no household chores, and the job was after school, Doug, and after she graduated, and there was no allowance. And she did not own a car.
You could hold that over your head.
No.
I didn't want a car, okay?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I didn't want a car. I went with a
Yeah.
guy that had a boat, though. But we started out in those waves,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't keep it going. I never been in a boat in my life. And so
Mhm.
the wave came in and got me soaked, and we had to quit.
Out here in the ocean, right? In,
Capitola.
in Capitola.
Yeah.
Did you, when you guys went to the beach, when you lived in Santa Cruz,
Aptos?
did you, yeah, Aptos, I'm sorry. Did you ever go to the beach just to play
Sure, down there, straight ahead. That's where I went on Bonnie.
the horse?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think what area that would be from Aptos.
Right. You know where
In
that
Brighton?
restaurant is? No, you know where that restaurant is that we go to? Come on.
Seacliff.
We'll go, yeah, Seacliff.
Okay.
That's our beach. We're right above it.
Okay, where the cement ship,
Used to be. It's sort of waking up.
because Clayton talked about taking Silver, his horse, down to the beach. A lot. Riding his horse all around.
Some
Aptos.
died. Some died before we left with their stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Extracurricular
But that's
activities.
okay. He has good memories.
Extracurricular activities. And that was, your friends came over every now and then.
What would guys have cars, or I mean, did it matter?
Guys
You're a
and
guy,
cars.
yeah.
Let me think.
Or did no
Okay.
one really want a car in high school?
I started dating. I started going steady in January of that last year, 45. And Dayton had a car. Well, he got the car anyway. His mom let him have it. But and once the best day of my life, we went to Los Gatos to see a football game. Marty Arden and I went on the bus.
Wow.
And that was where I met Dave. Yeah.
And you can't even get to Los Gatos on the bus anymore. It won't stop there. There's no bus to Los Gatos.
Well, you guys don't know how to live anymore.
Doug, sit over here for a minute, next to Grandma, okay? Since the camera's looking this way, just sit there for a little bit.
Why don't you want to sit over here?
Come on. I'm going to take a picture too, because I can take a picture.
She's tried to get you over here for over half an hour.
Come on, Doug. No, just sit next to Grandma
I
and
can
we'll
move over
take
there,
a
it doesn't
photo.
matter.
Okay? Because I can take a photo and shoot video at the same
I
time.
don't even remember if we lost the game.
Oh, Santa Cruz was playing Los Gatos?
Of course.
Ah, see, they don't do that. They're in separate leagues now.
Who's bigger?
Oh, Over the Hill's bigger.